This is the most competitive that I've seen Niger Figer. Look at him just drive those elbows into his girlfriend. I don't know, maybe there was an agreement. Maybe Ellis said if you win this match, I'll rock your world. But whatever it is, I'm really impressed by Niger Figer right now. An elbow drop, an 11th elbow drop, going for the cover. And Ellis barely kicking out after Niger Figer's signature move. These two have been in a relationship for a very short time due to their love of this industry. And look at again, driving her crotch into the face of Niger Figer. And ladies and gentlemen, I think Niger Figer was just so distracted. And if you look at Ellis' trunks, you can see a wet spot. I think Niger Figer was too busy licking there that he completely forgot that he had a match. Look, he's still looking at that juicy spot. But let's see this match again. Niger Figer showing no mercy to his girlfriend. And that hurricane runner, let's see it again. Look at her crotch right into the face of Niger Figer. Niger Figer was doing so well, but his girlfriend's under-regions caused him to lose the match, and you can see a look of disappointment. Folks, despite what happened to our first ever superfan being attacked by Pharoah Pharisee, the superfan contest will continue. If you win, you get a backstage pass. And here comes Shoe Shine, the Slovakian legend. This man is just so impressive in the ring. He loves to use his kicks, and after a loss to Bullbox, he wants to get some momentum to show how powerful his kicks truly are. Jenna Jemstar, a pornographic actress turned professional wrestling. She's been just so good here in Victory Road Wrestling, showing her toughness, and she's known for a move that she calls the trico, where she gets her co-actor to ejaculate upside down. Jenna Jemstar making an easy transition into Victory Road Wrestling. She's been very popular in the locker room. All the guys are a big fan of her. They don't have any negative things to say about her. A quick pin by Shoe Shine. Gonna take a lot more to defeat Jenna Jemstar here. And Shoe Shine is very exciting in the ring. Shoe Shine is not stupid. He knows that Jenna Jemstar is gonna need to take a lot more offense to lose. He's just trying to wear her down. That, or he's some kind of pervert. I'm not sure about the Slovakian culture. I don't really speak to Shoe Shine that much, or a lot of Slovakians, so maybe there are a lot of perverts there, who knows. But Shoe Shine continuing to wear down Jenna Jemstar. Jenna Jemstar has had her issues with Betty Ballbreaker. She was defeated by Betty Ballbreaker in a very competitive match, however. And Jenna Jemstar wants to get back on track, and what better way to do that than to defeat the Slovakian legend? But you do not become a legend in Slovakia for no reason. Shoe Shine is legendary for his lethal kicks. There's no way to predict this match as Jenna Jemstar acquires a 2 count. The Superfan contest will continue, and we will ask Pharoah Pharisee exactly why she attacked our first Superfan. I hope it doesn't discourage anyone from applying to be a Superfan. Shoe Shine, what's he doing here? Climbing the turnbuckle. But Jenna Jemstar was not gonna have any of it. And Jenna Jemstar is going to the top rope herself. We've seen her do this many times. And Jenna Jemstar driving her bare knee into the temple of Shoe Shine. And just like that, Jenna Jemstar is victorious. Let's see that again. She threw Shoe Shine off the top of the rope, and then she drove her knee into the Slovakian legend. What an incredible match, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Jenna Jemstar getting some more momentum. And folks, I just want to mention that Betty Ballbreaker will take on Pharoah Pharisee for the Zimbabwean title up next. Here she comes, the Victory Road Wrestling Zimbabwean champion. Moments ago she attacked a super fan, and we're going to find out why Pharoah Pharisee destroyed that super fan. Let's see what she has to say.
Pharoah, moments ago, you attacked a fanatic that was given a backstage pass to visit the locker room. Now please let us know why you acted in such a malice way. Were you provoked? What was the reasoning behind that attack? It's because I'm on my period.
Well, I guess it makes a bit more sense. And here's a woman that never has to worry about the menstrual cycle because of the amount of male hormones that she takes. Betty Ballbreaker, the #1 contender. And what's this? Tal Ada approaching the ring. We saw Tal Ada make an impressive debut, and Betty Ballbreaker needs to focus on her opponent Pharoah Pharisee, throwing Betty Ballbreaker into the ring, and Pharoah Pharisee is going to be working much more aggressively now that she's on a menstrual cycle. This is one of the reasons why I don't like having a woman represent this company. You never know when she's going to be grumpy. Pharoah Pharisee, I must admit, I was very skeptical about her being the Zimbabwean champion, but she's just been such a successful champion, defending that title against Victor, against former Victory Road Wrestling Zimbabwean champion Yphi Rho. She's making herself credible, but that credibility could go to dust as she takes on Betty Ballbreaker, the ultra feminist who is all about female empowerment. Betty Ballbreaker says she's a much more. And Betty Ballbreaker is... Oh, I see Betty Ballbreaker, very smart. Sorry, I was just a bit concerned about Betty Ballbreaker's face. I guess the attack by Pharoah Pharisee showing its effects. Pharoah Pharisee rearranging Betty Ballbreaker. That vertical suplex. Frustrated at the fact that Pharoah Pharisee was rearranging her face. The Superfan contest will continue despite the champion's actions. To become a Superfan, all you need to do is to tell us how much you love Victory Road Wrestling, and you could have an opportunity to meet the Victory Road Wrestling the Victory Road Wrestling participants backstage. It's an opportunity we want to give to the collective as Betty Ballbreaker puts her frame on Pharoah Pharisee looking for a victory. But Pharoah Pharisee, the resilient champion, kicking out. A snap suplex. You got to wonder why Tal Ada is watching this match. He did a very good job in his debut, taking on 3 men. A submission by Betty Ballbreaker. Betty Ballbreaker has been here for a very long time, and she's constantly preaching female empowerment. And how empowered would she feel if she was to defeat Pharoah Pharisee as Tal Ada watches on in this match? Betty Ballbreaker doing something she rarely does, and that's to go on the rope, driving her weight into the stomach of Pharoah Pharisee. I really hope that Pharoah Pharisee had a light lunch, or else it's gonna come right outside of her throat. Betty Ballbreaker very shocked that Pharoah Pharisee kicked out of that maneuver. I never thought that I would see 2 ladies facing off in the main event for the Zimbabwean title, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Times are changing. Betty Ballbreaker delivering that third reverse DDT, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. No! Pharoah Pharisee is still in this. Pharoah Pharisee values that Victory Road Wrestling Zimbabwe title. A submission by Betty Ballbreaker. I kind of wish that she wasn't the champion, but you have to respect the fact that she's a fighting champion and that she's doing very well. Look at Betty Ballbreaker, the size of this lady. Her biceps are just gigantic. Don't count out the strength of Pharoah Pharisee. A backbreaker. Only acquiring a 2 count. Pharoah Pharisee does not look like much. She's not that physically imposing, but her will, her resiliency, and her skill is what makes her a dangerous opponent. Then you have Betty Ballbreaker with so much power, with all the power in the world, who is both physically and mentally imposing. Pharoah Pharisee is going to have a hands full on this episode. A lateral press, a pin, whatever you want to call it. Only acquiring a 2 count as the blood is on the canvas. Betty Ballbreaker with the womanizer. The maneuver she has used to take out so many opponents. No! Oh my goodness! Pharoah Pharisee kicking out of that womanizer. Betty Ballbreaker is probably having doubts about her abilities of defeating Pharoah Pharisee, going for a pin yet again. Betty Ballbreaker is in absolute shock. But she needs to stay on Pharoah Pharisee. Betty Ballbreaker going to the top rope once again, driving her buttocks into Pharoah Pharisee. Just a 2 count. Betty Ballbreaker getting more and more frustrated as this match progresses. Body slam by Betty Ballbreaker, driving her knee right into Pharoah Pharisee. This is exactly what Betty Ballbreaker needs to do. I understand it's discouraging. You put your finishing maneuver and your opponent kicks out, but you need to continue on. This is the main event of Victory Road Wrestling. The Zimbabwean title is on the line. Pharoah Pharisee taking on Betty Ballbreaker. Pharoah Pharisee being a lot more aggressive. She's on her menstrual cycle. Betty Ballbreaker frustrated as well that she is not able to defeat this young lady, but Betty Ballbreaker is still in the driver's seat. She just needs to stay focused, and we could be seeing the next Zimbabwean champion going for the cover out of desperation again. Look at Betty Ballbreaker. She wants that Zimbabwean title more than any other lady that I know, but she's not quite focused here. She's absolutely traumatized at the fact that someone kicked out of her finishing maneuver, the womanizer. Look at those kicks and those stomps onto Pharoah Pharisee. And Pharoah Pharisee with that peak-to-peak maneuver. Yes! Pharoah Pharisee has just defeated Betty Ballbreaker. What a tantalizing match. Oh my goodness. Let's see on replay exactly how this match came to a finish. That womanizer was not enough to defeat Pharoah Pharisee. And Pharoah Pharisee driving Betty Ballbreaker into the canvas with that peak-to-peak maneuver. And we see Pharoah Pharisee, the Victory Road Wrestling Zimbabwean champion. What an impressive show of athleticism. Pharoah Pharisee showing us that she is a great champion. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Victory Road wrestling.